Hey guys, what is going on? This is Eric from Studio Apps and you're just about to watch my interview with Lucas from Gorgias during the last Shopify Pursuit in Amsterdam. If you don't know Gorgias, they are the #1 help desk for Shopify, and my key takeaway from this interview is you should always talk to your customers. And not only talk to your customers, you want to talk to your customers the way they want to communicate with you, all right? If your customers like to talk over the phone, talk to them over the phone. If they like to talk to you through social media, talk to them through social media. Ideally, you want to give them all channels. This way, you're going to see this additional revenue and the customers are going to love you. Let's just jump right into the interview. Have fun, guys. I'll see you later. #1. We are here at Pursuit Amsterdam. Hey guys, what's up? This is Eric and we got here Lucas from Gorgias. Lucas, thank you so much for being here.
Hey, thank you for inviting me on. Anytime I can jump on the microphone, whether it's karaoke, a podcast, or a vlog like this one, I'm going to be hogging the microphone. So thanks for having me on.
I'm just going to lay back and let you do the entire joke for us. So either way, can you, just in case someone is living, I don't know, in a cave and didn't hear about Gorgias, can you tell them in a few sentences what you guys are doing?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, if you haven't heard of Gorgias, I need to be doing a better job of getting the name out there and spreading the gospel. But we are the #1 help desk for e-commerce and Shopify specifically. So if you have customers that want to know where their order is, do an exchange, get a return, maybe they're just asking for a promo code, we make it really easy to manage all of those one-to-one customer communication. So if they're emailing in or if they are commenting on your Instagram ads, messaging you on Facebook, we make it super easy to bring everything into one place so you can get back to them and not only have better customer experiences, but increase your revenues and LTV as well.
Yeah, I didn't think you even said enough. They have these crazy macros where you can, do everything and take all the information from the Shopify order and make changes to the Shopify orders if needed when customer reach out, no matter where reach out from. So you can have like 20 channels in one place. Everything works smooth and automated and super, super fast. Me, myself, as a Shopify Plus merchant back in the day, used Gorgias when it just came out and it just got better ever since. So check them out. You must, these guys know what they're doing.
Thank you. See, when I get the testimonial like that from you as a merchant, it's so much better than me just trying to dump all the features. So I really appreciate that.
No problem. You guys deserve it, honestly. So let's just jump into the first question. I want you to just give us your #1 tip for any Shopify merchants, either advanced or beginner.
Yeah, so at any point you should be talking to your customers. As a merchant myself, one of the most powerful things that I did was I manually emailed my abandoned carts and just said, hey, how come you didn't purchase? And I realized it was because we didn't have PayPal on the website and customers wanted PayPal because they trust it. And if you're a giant merchant as well, talk to your merchants, or talk to your customers. Maybe you're launching into a new region. So right now we're in the Netherlands, we're in Europe. We've had a lot of success in the USA. Talking to those customers in the new region will give you a lot of insight that you can't have that you just can't have otherwise, and bring that into one place, which is one of the things that we do so well at Gorgias is we make it very easy. And it could be as simple as just adding a follow-up question to say, hey, how come you didn't purchase? Hey, and if you are a large merchant, maybe you have 100,000 customers, run a segment of your top 1%. What are those identifying characteristics that you like? Maybe it's a number of orders, maybe it's a spend, maybe it's certain products that they've bought, and ask them what you like about this, and then capture all that information and create a testimonial about it. Now, I know you said one tip, but we're going to go into a couple tips here, now get into the 201, 301.
But before you move to the second and the third one, I want to expand a little bit about what you said. It's not only enough to talk to your customers, but give them all the means necessary to communicate with you. There are too many merchants out there that either just allow emails or just live chat, but different customers like to communicate in different ways. And Gorgias, by the way, does a great job to help customers communicate with your brand in multiple ways, including chats, Facebook posts, phone calls. Phone calls. If you have an integration with AirCall, so you're gonna have integration with their UR, but we'll talk about it probably later. So they're really doing a great job. It's important to have multiple channels for your customer to communicate.
And as a rule of thumb, if you're advertising or acquiring customers on that channel, you should be there when they want to ask questions, because not only will your conversion rates go up, your overall brand equity will go up as well.
All right, you said you had
Oh yeah, so the 201,
few more
301.
tips. Yeah.
After
Go
you're
for it.
talking to your customers, put all that into a spreadsheet and upload that to a word cloud. This will let you do two things. One is identify the words that people are using to describe your brand. So this will help with your product display pages, your SEO, because you're using that actual language that people are using, but also on your ads as well. Instead of saying that we're the number one help desk for e-commerce, the way that you described us earlier of we allow you to have all of your conversations with your customers in one place. So two different ways of saying the same thing, but one will be much more in the language that your customers use themselves and allow you to have higher conversion rates.
Yeah, that's definitely something you guys should test out in your ads and everything. Have as many creatives as you can and use your customers' language. There's a lot of creative ways to get this feedback. It can be through reviews, live chat with the customers. Again, if you have any
Your tickets and
post-purchase
Gorgias.
surveys, ticket and Gorgias, everything, it's super important. Anything like any other tip you wanted to give the customer if we already added?
That's one that's really big. Right now, we're seeing a lot of success of merchants using Instagram ad comments and the nested replies. Go on Instagram right now, open up your phone, open up your feed, click on the first couple of ads, and I'm willing to bet that the brands are running those ads. Buyers are either asking questions and not getting responses, or you have trolls really saying negative things on that ad. And either way, you want to address them. If it's positive, help them buy. If it's negative and they're being a detractor, respond to one or two and then hide the rest. Show potential customers that you are a brand that cares and actually exists.
Yeah, it's so important. There's so many like ghost brands out there with the new dropshipping era and everything.
Well, even big companies that you would expect.
Yeah,
Like
I don't know that
Ford,
you can say that. I don't know personally know that.
well, I mean, Ford, the car company, you'll see ads and people are asking questions and then they don't respond and they're trying to sell you a $20,000 to $100,000 euro GBP automobile.
Yeah, that's all right. That's some great feedback, guys. Use these tips. Improve your customer support efforts.
One more tip and a shameless plug.
All right.
Our podcast, the Ecom Swipe File, every episode is one tactical tip, just like those ones. In fact, that's where I got them. So find us on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, wherever people watch media. You can just find e-commerce swipe file, and you'll see me there with some of the best merchants in the world.
Yeah, so guys, as you can see, these guys are pros. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to everything they're putting out there because it's always high quality. I keep watching their content all the time in the Shopify Plus group and in other places, but mostly there, to be honest. It's great, it's high quality, no bullshit. Watch it. I think it's time to move to the second question.
Yep.
All right, so I'll just get to it. Second question, what is your number one tip for Shopify partners, either someone who wants to build an app or become an expert or an agency? What would you say is the number one tip for them to get started?
That's a really good one. And I'm going to pick two because the first one I feel is a little bit of a cop-out, but talk to some actual merchants. Before you build an app, find out, does this solve a pain point? How easy can you do this already? So before you spend a lot of time in that, have a few conversations with some merchants out there and test merchants in different industries and different sizes. A small subscription-based merchant is going to be a lot different than a single one-time purchase luxury brand. So talk to merchants in different regions. And this is important if you're both an app developer or a service-based business, because what services will you provide? And now that the Shopify ecosystem has gotten so big, you can see the nuances of different industries. So a luxe fashion retailer will be a lot different than a food merchant that has a lot of subscriptions but has a 6-week shelf life.
Yeah, definitely. I've talked about it with Mike earlier. There are so many different types of business models and different business sizes of businesses, from small dropshipping store just trying to make some extra income, as a side gig, or actual real retailer brands with multiple branches all over the world. So just see where you fit in there, and I think that's gonna help you. If you find your ideal customer, you can build for them, but don't try from right from the beginning building from everybody. It's just gonna leave you.
It's a very expensive mistake. Let me save you a few $100,000 right now, and don't do that.
All right, and you said you have another tip, or that was both of them?
That was my first one. I can't remember. We've been going all day, so maybe we can.
I will just move forward.
Yeah,
and if it comes
we'll
back
edit
to
that
you,
out. I'll come back.
Just feel free to go for it. So, all right, let's just move on to the third question, which is, what was the one thing that attributed to Gorgias' success as much as you can think of? The one thing that really helped you grow as fast as you did?
Yeah, I think it's really the quality of the product in all honesty and seriousness. I mean, hearing you sing the praises about how well we did that, and I think a lot of that really comes down to our depth of integration with Shopify specifically. Being able to pull in all of that order data, all that tracking information, all that customer data into one unified place. That's to me what I think really gave us that success early on and that traction to get going. Without that, I think it would have been a little bit more of an uphill battle. But because we were able to do that core functionality out of the box right away, that's what really allowed us to grow. And jumping back, I would say that that's probably the number one tip for a new app or development agency is do one thing really, really, really well.
For Shopify merchants. Yeah, I totally agree. I remember back in the day, me and my previous partner, we explored all the options for help desk, and there are like plenty of help desks, just randomizing, general responses. But beautiful thing about your software that allows to withdraw all the data from Shopify and personalize it accordingly, and also take actions in the background. So that's a whole different level of automation for your business, and that's the biggest pain points for merchants is dealing with customers that asking the same questions again and again and again. So the shorter you can make this process, it's going to be better for your business.
And we actually just launched a really new cool feature where if you type the same thing 5 times in a row, or not 5 times in a row,
intentions you call it, or wasn't it?
So that's the intents. That's something totally different. The intents uses machine learning to know what is this ticket about? What is the intent of the ticket? But if you're an agent and you constantly type the same words or phrases, we'll actually do that autofill. So the same way that Gmail will start to suggest things, we learn that smartly based on your business. Let's say if I'm Patagonia and people are asking about custom embroidery, if I start to type the same thing a few times, we'll actually start to suggest that predictive text for you.
All right, awesome. You keep coming out with you booming out features. That's awesome.
That's right. I like the guns. Finger guns.
As the opposite question, what was the biggest pain point or the biggest challenge you have had so far or having right now, with the business? Yeah,
I mean, I think that it's really an embarrassment of riches because the Shopify ecosystem is growing so fast, because we've been growing so fast, and we work with merchants all the way up from a drop shipper just getting started to large multinational brands like Movement and Steve Madden. It's really trying to have a product that can do both ends of the spectrum. And I mean, we can, obviously we work with brands of all shapes and sizes, but as a high growth company to be able to serve smaller merchants all the way up to big brands, it's totally different challenges, and just really keeping up with with all of that demand, which again, it's a very good problem to have, but just keeping up with
rich people's problem.
It is.
So there are a few apps that having these difficulties, but I think you guys, first of all, doing a great job with it. And there's nothing you can do about it. Different companies have different needs, and even Shopify themselves are still working on making the product fit more merchants. So we grow in our own pace, and we'll probably have.
And I mean, the industry itself is just growing so fast that you get new merchants of all shapes and sizes coming to you all the time, which is such a nice change. You're not fighting an industry that's in decline or has been stagnated for the last 20-30 years.
Yeah, that's I think we're all in a very good place. So everybody who's hearing this for the first time, it's not too late. There's still plenty of room in the entire ecosystem. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you had fun. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and click this notification button so you'll know whenever we go live or release new content. If you haven't already, make sure to join our Facebook group with over 1,500 Shopify merchants. And if you have any questions or comment, make sure to just leave them in the comment section below. I promise we'll answer everybody. Thank you again, guys. I'll see you on the next video.